감죽기 슬글 누벼 치졸아 짐생 봄봄봄 뱀이 날아 들다가 말리마 봄봄봄 기세가 남다르구나 월요 봄봄봄
Hello everyone and welcome to our promotional videos about Islamic tourism in South Korea. Today we are going to share with you guys about South Korea along with the Islamic aspect that they unknowingly practice in their daily life.
Hello everyone, Samar Khan, Director of Islamic Tourism in South Korea.
Let's start with history. To begin with, Korea had three kingdoms, Goguryeo, Shira, and Baekje. Goguryeo was the largest of them in land mass. It had a timeline of 37 BC until 668 AD. It had a ruling system of a monarchy and a population of approximately 3.5 million people. This is the flag that they used. Shira was the second largest. It had a timeline of 57 BC until 935 AD. It had a ruling system of a monarchy and a population of approximately 2 million people. But unlike the other kingdoms, it used their royal seal instead of their flag, which can be seen quite there. The smallest of them was called Baekje. Baekje had a timeline of 18 BC until 660 AD. It had a ruling system of a monarchy and a population of approximately 800,000 people. And this is the flag that they used. But the name Three Kingdoms, which can be seen in the history titles Samguk-sagi and Samguk-yusa, shouldn't be confused with the earlier three Chinese kingdoms. Now we go on into a more modern theme. North and South Korea split. When the Japanese Empire was disbanded at the end of World War II, Korea fell victim into a Cold War. It was divided into two spheres along with the 38th parallel. The Americans controlled the south side and the Chinese and the Russians kind of influenced the north side. And this is the map that explains the split. And until this day, North Korea and South Korea remain split and have different governments and different reputations, and they are two entirely different countries. Thank you for listening.
Now we are going to the Korean writing system, which is called Hangul. Hangul was devised in 1453 during the reign of King Sejong, perhaps the greatest monarch of the Yi dynasty, that from 1392 until 1910. Before Hangul, Korean used to use the complex system of Chinese characters to represent the sun of Korea. But due to the major differences between Chinese and Korea, Chinese character could not actually properly denote the Korean speech. To solve this, King Sejong commissioned the invention of a phonetic script, both efficient and accessible to the common people. Only elites could afford to learn Chinese character in the past. Hangul consists of 24 letters, 14 being consonant and 10 being the vowels. People do not just communicate through language but also through songs. As for the Koreans, they have the traditional pansori, a genre of musical storytelling performed by a singer and a drummer. The real performance can go on about 3 hours minimum and 6 hours maximum, with a mixture of body movement and singing to the accompaniment of bap, a traditional Korean drum. Enough talking. I will just show you guys a clip of a pansori performance.
뜻밖의 토끼를 위하여 수군 국류가 남다 하느니 야길래라 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 나의 건의하기요 야길래라 야길래라 나의 건의하기요 왕자진 동길이 거쳐 사죽 장봉 누나 띠띠루띠루띠루 해강의 해금이며 완적의 휘파람 덕하고 지웅정 뜻파사 보아사 이곡 재령곡 곁들여서 노래 언제 남자와 구막소리 소궁이 진동건다 띠띠루띠루띠루 토끼가 신명내요 위수변 강태공도 내간 씻은 그물 먹고 080 880 160세 살았고 백종 동방상도 내간 조금 달라기에 반날만큼 늘었더니 삼천갑자를 살았으며 태평으로 누리시니 어찌하기 아니요 약일내라 너희 건의하기요.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurkarina Nadila binti Muhammad Fauzi. My position in Hibiscus Travel and Tour is as Client Service Director. For the architecture in South Korea, there are major difference between the traditional and modern design for buildings. Traditional South Korean architecture is influenced by Chinese dynasty, shaped like a temple, show greatness by how they design the big roof. As for modern architecture, South Korea learns through artistic and futuristic value. For Muslim tourists going to Korea, they don't have to worry about prayer space because the most modern buildings occupy the prayer facility for Muslims. For those of you who are interested in traditional architecture, we recommend going to Bucheon Hanok Village in Seoul. Bucheon, which translates to Northern Village, came about as the neighborhood least north of two significant Seoul landmarks, which is Cheonjeoncheon Street and Jeonno. The village serves a culture center, guest house, restaurant, and even tea houses, providing visitors to experience and immerse themselves in traditional Korean culture. Based on our research, there are about 8 mosques in South Korea. In this video, we will share 3 famous mosques among those 8. Seoul Central Mosque is the first mosque in South Korea. That was built in 1976 at Itaewon. The construction was majorly funded by Saudi Arabia government. This mosque is greatly influenced by Islamic design from Arab, with large minaret on the building and the engraved Arabic calligraphy at the entrance. This mosque has 3 floors, with office and meeting room on the first floor, male prayer hall on the second floor, and female prayer hall on the third floor. For Muslim tourists focusing on the area around Seoul, Seoul Central Mosque is a must visit. Next, Busan Al-Fatah Mosque is a mosque located in Namsan-dong, Busan. It was built 4 years after Seoul Mosque in the 1980 with donation from Libya and Korean Muslims. The mosque is close within walking distance north of Dusit station of Busan Metro. This means that the mosque is easily accessible by public transportation. Finally, Islamic Center of Daejeon, which was built in December 26, it is situated in the midst of a student-focused area, which consists of Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, Information and Communication University, and Chunam University.
Hello, my name is Harbin and I am the Logistics Director. South Korea offers a variety a traveler could want a destination. It has a long and fascinating history, a wonderful culture, amazing food, friendly people, and an excellent tourism infrastructure. Here are a few spots which may amaze the tourists. Seoul Namsan Tower, rising almost 500 meters above the city. This communication and observation tower provides a dramatic view of the city from its perch on side of Mount Namsan. A cable car brings you up outside of the mountain to the base of the tower. From here, you can go up in the tower and visit any one of 4 observation decks, one of which is a rotating restaurant. There's even a digital observatory where people with eye issue can experience a live 360-degree view through the use of the two LED screens and camera mounted atop of tower. This provides a digital, visual cultural experience of Seoul with theme lighting and presentation. Secondly, the Incheon Grand Park cherry blossom blooms late as compared to other spots in the country. If you are finished with the city's cherry blossom festival, this is perfect spot to visit. The park is free to visit, which has big lanes, botanical gardens, bicycle trails, lake, sledding hills, children's zoo, and other recreational activities. Bikes can be rented to explore the park. Family visit during the spring for a perfect picnic spot with splendid surroundings. You must eat early to avoid the crowd, because normally this is amongst the few spots left near the city, which offers such a view. Thirdly, there's plenty of scenery spots found in Jeju Island. Dormant volcano Alasan stands 90-50 meters above the sea level, but you can hike up and down in a day if you start early. Avoid the rain clouds of summer in favor of springtime azaleas, autumn color or winter snow. Another UNESCO geopark, the Manjang Cave, is more than 8 kilometers long and you can walk 1 kilometer of its eerie passageway. Formed by cooling lava, the cave dark, cold, often narrow and slippery water, there are beds up in murky corners. Not somewhere for the claustrophobic. Jangbun Beach, a strip of pale sand, blue sea, green creepers trailing over the dance. Other top beaches for swimming and surfing are Merel Bay, Wakji, Hamdoi, and Shinya. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hadi and I am the Vice President for the Hibiscus Travel and Tour. Hello everyone, my name is Mirod and I am the Vice President for Hibiscus Travel and Tour. What are you saying, my dude? I am the Vice President for Hibiscus Travel and Tour. What the heck are you saying, man? What did you say? I am the Vice President for Hibiscus Travel and Tour. I am the Vice President for the Hibiscus Travel and Tour. You wanna have a go with it? Sorry about that, everyone. We just had a little bit of an argument. So let's just proceed to today's topic, which is about food in South Korea. For those of you who don't know, it is really hard to find halal restaurant in South Korea. This may seem daunting at first, but today we will share about the food that Muslim tourists can eat in South Korea. I'll be sharing about the plant-based menu and I'll be sharing about the meat-based menu. 3. The first dish in our plant-based menu is kimchi stew. Kimchi stew is one of the most basic Korean dish. It is savory, flavorful, and delicious, and this made its #1 favorite local dish. This comfort dish is made out of fermented kimchi, seafood such as anchovies and prawns, other vegetables, tofu, and of course gochujang for the hot tangy flavor. For those of you who like to eat spicy food, this is a must try. An added fact about kimchi stew, it is well known as Korean version of ultimate lazy day dish. The next dish in our plant-based menu is seaweed soup. Seaweed soup is usually served during birthdays or even regular meals due to its simpleness. Seaweed soup is also #1 postnatal dish due to its amazing health benefits, as it is rich in iron and calcium. For those of you who likes to try cooking seaweed soup yourself, simply boil seaweed in mussel or anchovies balls. Wait about 10 to 15 minutes and it is done. Grab a spoon and eat it with plain rice ASAP because seaweed soup is best eaten when it is hot. Now that we are done with the plant-based menu, we will move to the meat-based menu. Bear in mind, the meat-based menu is much more expensive compared to the plant-based menu. So, for today, we will point you to one of the best halal Korean restaurant in Seoul, which is the 8 restaurant. The first dish in our meat-based menu is bibimbap with beef. Bibimbap is a Korean signature dish which also has the meaning mixed rice. It is usually served as a bowl of warm white rice with namul, seasoned and salted vegetables, and of course, Korean's favorite gochujang. A raw or fried egg and sliced meat, usually beef, is also a common addition in bibimbap. The common practice when eating bibimbap is to mix all the ingredients together. The second dish that we have in our meat-based menu is samgyetang ginseng chicken soup. It is a hot, steamy, and delicious dish that features a small chicken stuffed with rice, ginseng, garlic, and jjigae. When you're eating samgyetang, you have to commit to eating a whole chicken yourself, but don't worry, it is totally worth the price. I think that's all from the both of us. All this talking about food is making me hungry, guys. Thank you for listening. I think I'm gonna look for some food. Bye! Hey Mirul, wait, we're still fasting, bro.
Hello, my name is Siti Zahra Dayana and I am the R&D Director for the Hibiscus Travel and Tour. For the attire from South Korea, we will share with you the uniqueness of Korean traditional attire that's called hanbok. The term hanbok is literally means the Korean clothing. It is a universal clothing which can be worn by men or women. It shows the creativeness of the Koreans and expresses in its design. Hanbok appear at their greatest when the wearer is in motion such as dancing. Special feature about the hanbok for the ladies is having a slim top and wide bottom, similar to a belt. The jacket is designed as tight and fitted to the upper body parts to attractively reflect the shapes of the upper body, while the wide and flexible skirts flatters the wearer's gracefulness by hiding the movement of the lower part body. This makes it seem like the wearer is floating on air. Hanbok fabric is colored with using natural dyes. The color of nature are imbued to the clothes and giving hanbok a depth and richness not found from artificial dye. A full set of hanbok consists of a vest, jogori, which means top jacket, and a pair of pants, while the women's include a jogori, undershirt, skirt, and a pair of pantaloons. Nowadays, hanbok acts more as formal clothing worn during Korean holidays or on special occasions. Children wear hanbok on their first birthday, and adults wear it for their wedding ceremony or during any major events within the family such as funerals. Although hanbok has become the ritual dress of choice, worn only on traditional holidays, Koreans' love for hanbok is tremendous. The number of people wearing stylish hanbok modified to suit and everyday wear continues to increase, and many enjoys outing in hanbok by renting one from hanbok rental shops. From the perspective of Islam, hanbok is very much showing modesty for both male and female because it covers the necessary body part.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Rushaidi, HR Director in Hibiscus Travel and Tour Company.
In South Korea, arranged marriage is common. This form of marriage is commonly referred to as seon by Koreans. Parents usually arrange a meeting, but it is eventually up to the pair to determine whether or not to marry. However, because of the parental screening, the encounter has a far better probability of success than a traditional blind date. Should the pair decide to marry? In South Korea, men will be the one who seeks blessing from the woman's family to get married. it is somehow similar to Islam culture, where the first step that must be done for marriage is to ask a blessing from the woman's family, specifically the father. Other than that, the groom's king will provide a gift of cash to the bride to prepare for the wedding. This is called gumimbi. Similar to marriage in Islam, the groom will provide dowry, usually cash, to the bride, but instead using the money for the wedding. In Islam, it is more a symbolic means to show that the groom is prepared to be responsible for his future wife. Respect for others based on seniority is a cornerstone of Korean Confucianism's tradition. Seniority is determined by age, family status, work position, and so on. Each individual will have a unique calling based on their rank and age. For example, between a boss and subordinate. Sanbe is the person who naturally has the greater seniority, and Hube is the opposite. This demonstrates how Koreans respect someone elder than them, in line with Islamic values, which is respecting the elderly. Besides that, it is a common practice in South Korea to have an after-work drinking. This is how people in company get closer and go beyond just colleague relationship during working hours, more towards personal relationships such as friends. In Islam, we value relationships with others, silaturahim, greatly. This indicates that there's a similarity between Korean working culture and Islamic values in terms of maintaining relationships. There are many festival days in South Korea. For example, Chuseok, which is also known as Hangawi, celebrated on 15th day of August, according to the lunar calendar. On this day, a full harvest moon appeared in the sky, and families gathered to enjoy time together and give thanks to their ancestors for the plentiful harvest. The women of the family also prepare an ancestral memorial ceremony called Attire by filling a table with food, including newly harvested rice and fruit. The main highlighted here is the memorial ceremony, in which Koreans have their specific day to remember the dead with reverence. This is somehow like such as that in Malaysia, we also have our own special day for remembering the dead, which is during it where people visit their deceased relatives. This similarity between Korean and Islam is that they have an annual practice, a common day, to remember the dead, compared to other cultures such as the Western.
Okey, dah siap rakam.
How was the video, guys? We hope that you will enjoy it very much. We believe that we have shared more than enough about South Korea. We also hope that our video can inspire people to go South Korea, despite the many cultural differences between Malaysia and Koreans. We also hope that our video assures more people outside that South Korea is an Islamic-friendly country for tourists. And bye. Thank you for your attention.
Hadi. Hadi. Hadi.
South Korea. South Korea.